Good morning. Oh, sorry. Good morning. I'm off here to the side. I'm not. Can you see me? My hair is in a bag, and so you don't need to see me anyway. But good morning to you. This is the Awareness Church Messages, and we bring awareness messages to you. And this is about we're picking up on the videos that we put out on lifelong lifelong planning, okay, with weekly weight loss is what we want you to know. Since I spoke with you guys last, I told you that I had a laminated, this is just an old copy, okay? The corrected copy, I couldn't find it, but it has the correction on it. But this is the laminated copy of the actual booklet that I showed you guys about last time when we were on parts 1 and parts 2. When I talked to you guys when we first put out a video about this message, and the pamphlet looks like this on the outside, and that's the inside because it gives you examples on this side of the types of foods that were used. And this is the actual side of the instructions to give you what to do to prepare yourself um, for your 23 days to a brand new you. Remember, I told you that this was a presentation done under the Daniel Foundation, with a Daniel Foundation from the Bible. Is a new beginning for personal enrichment. We used to do these as a seminar, okay? And it's health and weight improvement on wheels because we used to go to different locations, free locations like libraries and hotels and things like that, even though we paid for those. I'm just saying we went to them and we had seminars and we handed out materials and samples. And of course, we fed people so they could see the kind of foods we were eating. Excuse me. I got some junky throat this morning. But anyway, I wanted you to see the laminated copy that you can get, okay, with just give a donation or something. And also, I don't think I have it in here because I had to make some changes on our website. And yeah, I'm trying to see if it was on here. And it could be on here. I have to put my glasses on to see it because it's at the bottom of the I don't even see my glasses, but it's at the bottom on here, and it should have the website and things like that. But if you look for Forsaken Not services, okay, let me show you the front of this brochure again. If you look for Forsaken Not services, Google it, and it should pull it up. And then if you put in Forsaken Not services, it can be in low caps. It don't have to be capitalized. Just put in Forsaken Not services dot vpweb.com. Forsaken Not services all together, low cap, low letters, um, dot vpweb.com, and it should pull you up on the website, and you can request it there, or you can you can request it there, and we'll get your request. Send some kind of little donation, and that'll be good. I believe the laminated one though is $23, is what I believe it is. But if for some reason you can't afford that or whatever, send what you can and we'll get your copy. But I wanted you to see it so that you know that this is what we're talking about. This is the first one that we did. Excuse me. This is the first one that we did. And it's a 23 days to a brand new you. It's a plan that we did years ago that we prayed for. If you look at the other videos, you'll hear the story. I prayed about it. I asked God to give me a plan for people who could not exercise. Now, I know we have exercise equipment in the background because I was the one who exercised, okay, ex-military, person, like to do exercise and work on equipment and things like that. I like it. But at the same time, I'm now at a place now where I'm on exercise restriction and things of that nature. And I just bought that trampoline I told you guys about. It's downstairs. I haven't gotten it out the box and put it together yet. But I just believe that I'm going to be able to exercise again. And I know that you guys will be too if you are in my situation as well and you're not exercising because of a disability or a health issue or something to that effect, or you're just too overweight, to exercise. And that's what we're speaking to when we bring these messages to you. Okay. And so Daniel, this is a Daniel based fast, but it's not only Daniel food. Okay. It gives you some foods that we used, what we were using on this plan. Okay. And the weight loss on this first time out was 60 pounds. Okay. It went from 35 to 60 pounds. And other people who tried it had the same kinds of results. We are inside. It does say no meats, no sweets, no treats during the 23 days. You will have some kind of things that are sweet, like sugar-free Jello, things like that. If you drink juices, you shouldn't be drinking sugary juices during that time. If you need to drink it because you're diabetic for some reason and you can handle it. I couldn't handle fruit juices at first. For a long time, I couldn't do it. So I was drinking diet pop. So, and I stayed with that for many, many years. And then I finally gave it up because it was not good for my system. And I found out that it also bloats your stomach. Okay, so I'm just holding this up so you can see that it does have a meal plan and what you can expect and what you need to do. On here, on the inside, it tells you about your water intake. If you haven't been doing lots of water, this tells you how to do your water intake. If you weigh, for example, to know how much water you should be drinking every day, especially if you're going to do the Daniel Foundational one, okay, meal planning. And this is a quick weight loss. And then you got to do your maintenance. You got to come up with your maintenance plan. And that's the reason why we started the video, so that you can figure out how to make design your own maintenance plan. And I will tell you mine's again, and then you can figure out how to figure out one for yourself. Because I don't want to say you have to do mine's, because our bodies are not the same. And so, and food behaves similarly in our bodies and stuff, but not exactly, but it does. And but your body is different. You burn calories different than I do, and what have you. If you're a male, you're definitely on a different scale. You require higher calorie intake than females and things of that nature. I was thinking about the guys, though, in between the last time we talked, and I was reminded that males have to have like over 1,500 calories, a day, like 1,500 to. You can look, you can Google it. It's not like I have to be your encyclopedia or anything, but I'm just saying men have to have more calorie intake, and when they're losing weight, when they're when they are doing their plan, especially these particular plans. The other one is not wrote up. I gave you the information. I showed you what I was doing. It is wrote up, but it's on a different form. I don't want to do this one right now because I have another one that I feel that works better for me, because it's the lifelong one. This is a short-term weight loss, okay? Quickly lose the weight. But then you have to come up with the maintenance plan, which is actually the new plan that I'm doing these days, okay? And the new plan looks like this instead. And this is just a copy of my meal planning that I do every day. I just write down what it is, what I'm going to be eating after I'm figured out what kind of foods I'm going to use. And I've been tracking it, and I've been doing it. It's over 30 days now. It's probably 40 now. but I have to look at paper. But I've been tracking, and the first 30 days I lost 18 pounds. Okay, and I'm losing weight every week. So this is you can use this one for the maintenance. Even though you are having weekly weight loss, you're going to change that because you're going. I mean, how long do you want to keep losing weight? You don't want to keep losing weight forever. So this is not as quick as this one. This is quick because I said this is 23 days to a brand new you, right? 23 days to a brand new you. Okay, this is very quick weight loss. 20. It's only 3 weeks. 2 days, 3 weeks and 2 days. Okay, this one is lifelong food planning. Okay, you losing weight every week, but then you also have your regular days where you eat regular meals, and I call it my day off. My day off from my meal planning. And the meal planning, I suggested that you do your meal planning on a sheet like this. You can get this is a sheet that I copied out of a journal book, food journal that I bought on Amazon, and I didn't even use the book. The book is sitting over there with the rest of my books. Hasn't never been wrote in because I wanted a big copy page, and so I've been doing mine like this. And I broke mine down like to 30 days, the next 30 days. And I'm keeping it, I'm writing things on my kitchen calendar, as well. And to make some notations to track what I'm doing so I can visually see things, where I'm at in the kitchen as well. And, and this I was telling people about your journal. The journal teaches you things about yourself, about what's happening. Your body is teaching you things, and that's what I'm going to talk about today. After I showed you guys this, and also showed you the laminated copy, which is it won't be wrote on. Mine is wrote on because I wrote on it. But let me go back to the laminated copy because I wanted to tell you about your water intake. At the top here, it says, your weight, how to figure out how much water you should be drinking every day. I only need to drink like 120 or something like that, a little less than that or something. But anyway, you take your weight and you divide it by 2, and that gives you how many ounces of water you need to drink. So if you weigh 250 pounds, you divide it by 2, you need 125 ounces of water approximately every day. And that's like 6 to 7 bottles water. And I said it's the the bottles of water that you buy. We drink bottled water in our house, and to me, you're really only supposed to drink like 8 ounces of water every day is what is recommended. You can look at it. You can Google that too and find that. Okay, but what I'm telling you, this is the stuff you should know, and you'll start picking it up, and if you don't already know it, but you can do this, figure out how much your water is. And I used to sit my bottles of water right there on the corner of my counter, so when I walked in my kitchen, my water sat right there, and I just grabbed a bottle, coming and going. And as the bottles disappeared, I knew that I had drunk all my water for that day, just to train myself. But today I put bottled water wherever I'm going, in my house, because I'm here a lot. So if I'm here a lot, then, or wherever you spend your most time, you might want to put your water there. So if I'm in and out of that kitchen a lot, then I'm going to put water over there where I use the microwave at, stuff like that. So put your water there. If you're in your dining room or living room or something, your living room, put water there. Put out your bottles of water, and you keep track of it. Now, if you're drinking bottled water like I drink bottled water, that water is about 16 to 17 ounces. It's over 16 ounces. I think it's 17 and maybe like point something. But anyway, the bottled water is 2 8-ounce things of water. So if you drink 4 of those, you're already there. You know what I'm saying? You're already made that daily requirement. But you need to base it off of your weight. So don't just go by, if I just drink 4 bottles of bottled water, that's enough for me. It's not enough for you if it doesn't match the amount of ounces you need based on your weight. Okay? I hope you can see that. But like I said, if you want this laminated copy, and this, I thought about the laminated. So when I was first doing it years back, because you can just put it on your refrigerator with a magnet, just put it on your refrigerator. And I thought about, I might give gifts out because I'm a gift giver. So I may be giving gifts out along the way as we develop this community of food planning, lifelong meal planning. Okay. And I hope that is not that doesn't feel like, ooh, that's a heavy title or whatever. It's not meant to be heavy. I need you to think in terms of lifelong, because don't you want to stop the yo-yo, dieting, yo-yo, you lose it, you gain it back and worse, it's time to get off of that treadmill, so to speak. And since I mentioned the treadmill, the information, the picture in the background of the exercise equipment, the plans that we're talking about today, the lifelong, this is, whenever you see this, we're talking about the lifelong food planning, food planner. Because this is you. This is me, just like this would be you. And I told you that I'm using soup on mine. I use soup for a lot of my meals. I made it as liquid as I possibly could make it and still have food. And I showed you on the other video that liquid can mean soups. It can mean your jellos. It can mean the liquid stuff. Now, you shouldn't be drinking milkshakes because that's not going to be conducive to you losing weight. It has to be something healthy. Okay? So in my current lifelong food planner, I use sugar-free jello. It's great. You can use sugar-free popsicles. You can use, they taste very good. And I've already invested in it. I showed y'all my sugar-free gum, that I eat because I like to chew things, especially when I'm working. So I am a big sugar-free gum person. I'm a big sugar-free person, period. I don't use sugars at all. I haven't used sugars in decades. So I'm just letting you know that that's the difference between this is the current lifelong food plan that I was telling you about, where you lose the weight every week, around 4 pounds. It could be 2 to 4 pounds. It could be a little more than 4 pounds. But that's what I've been seeing. Oh, in the 4 to 5 weeks that I have been doing it and lost the 18 pounds, it's working. Okay. But I wanted to talk to you today. I'm just going back over the stuff we already talked about, so you know where we at. This is the original plan, and this is the quick weight loss plan. Okay, the Daniel, 23 days to a brand new you. The quick weight loss. I'm sorry, 23 days to a brand new you. 35 to 60 pounds should come off, or you should be somewhere in there, or you're not doing what it suggests. Okay, and then it has 2 days where you absolutely do nothing but liquids. So you're not using any food products at all. Any food products that's mentioned in here either was in the soup, and the soup that I used with this meal plan right here, with the 23 days to a brand new you, came out of this book. And it was a diet in here. I'm sorry, not a diet, but it was a soup in here. I forgot I know the page is marked, but now it's going to have me. I had it marked, and now it's going to have me looking for it. Let's see. Let's see. This book is called, The Oriental 7-Day Quick Weight Off Diet. I got this book from my mom years, decades ago. My mom's passed now. But this book, I swore by it because I worked it. So every time I had my own plan from this book. I took the soup They have a soup in here. You may know it as the cabbage soup, but it's not just cabbage. It has onions in it and celery and different things like that to make the soup up, okay? And when you make the soup up, you make it up per week, or how they call it the weight reducing soup is what they call it. And they put it in between, here it is. I knew I was going to find it sooner or later. But the information on this page, this area right here is showing you what goes in that soup. That's what goes in the soup. And of course, you can buy the book if you want. Just get it off of Amazon. That's the title of it. And that's Who Makes It. Okay, by Norvell. Okay, and I had to buy another copy because my girlfriend, she used it and never gave it back. Because you can do a great your great meal planning from it. That's your book. At least that's one tool. It's not the only tool. What I'm doing is also a quick way. This right here, the first one we did, this was a very quick 23 days. That's quick. So you can do this and it'll work. Okay, and you'll get those pounds off. The thing that we wanted to look at, though, because we know what happens when you restrict your meal planning, the foods you eat, when you restrict them, you're going to lose the weight, okay? Because we're talking about the most average American eats probably over 4,000 calories per meal, per meal, y'all. And I'm not exaggerating. I'm trying to exaggerate because I can't even comprehend it, but I know we do it, and on a good day, we might be under 1,500 calories. That's the reason why the pounds come on and stay on. Because of the way that we've been eating. Okay, so the lifelong. That's why I said the one I'm using today is the lifelong meal planning, food meal planning journey for you. And it's lifelong because you can keep doing this for the rest of your life, and you're going to be able to maintain your weight loss. And and work it the way you want it that fits you. How you can't get any better. Nobody's got to deliver no food to you. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got to pay nobody a certain amount, every month for your food. You just buy your regular food from the grocery store like you normally would do. And today I just wanted to show you, I'm featuring one of the items that I showed last week. I'm featuring this because you can use these as a meal substitute. If you're diabetic, if you want to use those other ones, you can. But this is what I use, and I'm diabetic. I use these, and they come in chocolate, vanilla, strawberry, and I think they got even the other kinds. These are more like milkshakes, right? And they're very good, very tasty. Gives you a good calorie amount. It's only 140. Gives you a lot of protein, which is all good, especially since you're not eating meat, pretty much. You're not eating meat you are, but you're not. That's not the bulk of your week. And so we're going to move on to our maintenance. Okay. Or I'm sorry. I said that wrong. Our lifelong food planning is what we're on, because this one is only temporary. Okay. And the only way you can keep working with this is that you put it in place just for special times when you want to get the weight off. And then you gotta, if you want to keep using it, then you have to come up with a maintenance plan. Well, I don't think you should keep using it. What I think is you use it when you need it. You use it when you need it. If you gain the weight, then go back to this to bring the weight off. But don't take yourself on a yo-yo thing, because that's what you're going to end up doing. So once you get the weight off, this is good for getting the weight off. Okay, the lifelong food planner is the one that helps you keep the weight off. Okay, so you do the same thing. And one thing that I'm telling you what this is. You'll hear about it on. There's a Asian gentleman that's talking about intermittent fasting. This is what this one is, and this is what this one is as well, because it's like intermittent fasting. Because what's intermittent is, it's not that you're not eating any food, or you're eating differently. It's because the fast doesn't have to mean no food. Who is named after the fast, the Daniel fast. He didn't eat the fancier foods, the steak and the rolls and all that, So what I'm saying is that on the food meal plan, the lifelong meal planner, we are eating 4 to 6 days on our meal plan, okay? And that means we're eating differently. This is our intermittent fast. That means that we're eating less calories on these days than what we would normally eat in a regular diet, okay? And you get to come up with this. You get to figure out what yours is going to be. I'm giving you mine just so you have the example, and then you come up with yours. And I'll come back, when we come back together and talk and stuff, I'm going to tell you what I discovered. You can tell me what you discovered, because I'm losing the weight, But the thing is that there's things that can happen along the way. And this journal tells you, and your body's going to tell you, what's going on. And you're going to get smarter, and you're going to come up with your own. And you're not going to have to worry about getting on nobody else's diet for the rest of your life, okay? Is what we're talking about today. So what I wanted to talk to you about was that I told you about the shakes, and you can use those like in between meals. Like if you're not a big breakfast person, but you need to put something on your stomach, then use one of those. Drink one of those, And if you're a guy, you might want to drink a couple of those, because you need more energy, calorie intake. And I don't want to say that so you end up overdoing it. I'm just saying you're going to have to learn how much you need to take in, food intake, how many calories to take in. And it's not no big deal where you're going to have to figure out, count calories and all that. You're only going to add it up on a sheet. You're just going to write it down, and then you can add it up and make sure you're still in your goal range. So set a goal for yourself. My goal, I believe it was 1,000 to 1,300. Yeah, 1,000 to 1,300, because I know as a female, if I do that, I'm going to lose weight. Okay, I'm going to lose weight weekly. Okay, I'm not checking every day. I'm checking per week. You can check every day if you want to. Why? Because your weight fluctuates. So pick a time when you're going to check. And I think weekly is good, because that's what we're talking about. I told you it's guaranteed weekly weight loss. Guaranteed. Okay. And these are some of the foods that I showed y'all in the last video. They are listed on here that I used to do mine. But I wanted to tell you, like, I'm going to give you an example, and then I'm going to tell you I found some pitfalls for myself, okay, as far as when you want to start changing some of the foods on your meal planning, right? Now, I said between 4 to 6 days, you're going to do a meal plan. You're going to eat based on your meal plan, okay, that you came up with. You came up with. If you don't want to come up with one, then, you can, why use somebody else's? You already know what you like to eat. You already know what you can eat. You already know what can work for you. So you write it down and say, this is what I'm going to eat for breakfast. And then you eat that. Write it down. And if you mess up when you first start, don't worry about it. That just means you got something in there that you need to exchange it with something else. Because maybe it's got too much fat in it, or something's not right. Okay. And what I decided was, because I already know from all my experiences with food and managing the food and stuff, is that you want to make your diet as light as possible, as liquid as possible, but still satisfying. It should be stuff on here that you like. So I'm using a lot of soups. I like soup, and I use soup, especially when I was fasting, especially like my church fasting, things like that. I used it for that. And then when I went discovering different foods that I can have on a mostly liquid meal planning. Okay. So if you're doing mostly liquids, or you can even make milkshakes out of a lot of things, by putting it in your blender. Some people are big fruit people, and to make that, to not miss their fruit that they've been putting in their body, they can put it in the blender and make a what you call it, oh, shoot, I keep my mind be going blank on me sometimes. I'm trying to think. It's right there in my head, but it's not a milkshake. It's the, I forgot what it is. But anyway, you put it in the blender and you blend it down to where you can drink it. Okay, so smoothies. I'm sorry. It's like totally went. It was like right in front of my eyes and my mind, and I couldn't say the word smoothies. So I make smoothies out of a lot of things. When I first started, I said, okay, we're cutting it back. When I started, I said, this is what we're going to do, because I already know liquids work. I already know that because I've experienced it before. I experienced it with the Daniel Foundation one, because there's 2 days of liquid fasting in this plan right here. The first plan I told you that God gave me, years ago, and it works. This is that quick one, 35 to 60 pound weight loss is coming off of there. And so I already know liquids work. But because I've been living a fasted lifestyle over the years, I know some of the things that work, that you can use. And I'm always looking for good food and better foods that are good for my body. So I've made changes over the years, to get to where I am today. I drink, and I'm contemplating, because I don't drink a lot of milk, but I drink fat-free, organic. It better have some omega stuff in it and everything else, so I will pay extra money for the milk to get that. I have vitamin D. I'm too low with my vitamin D. I have low vitamin D that is going to give me that back. So, and I also use supplements. I told you guys about it. And so I get that with my prescriptions and stuff. So I use supplements for my body. I use a multivitamin. I also use different things for different reasons. And one thing I want to do is kill inflammation in my body, because you can feel the heat in your body. When your body has the wrong stuff going on. I remember those years when I always wondered why I felt so hot inside. And actually, your food what you put in your body can actually be burning your body up from the inside out. So you're going to learn things along the way about what you can do and what you can't do, to your body anymore. You got to stop. You got to make some changes. And you just should get tired of going through the same thing. And you should want to control and not put the control in somebody. Ain't nobody else going to help you lose the weight. Ain't nobody going to come up with nothing better than you can come up with to help you lose your weight and to have a satisfying life meal planning, for the rest of your life. So what I do is I eat off. I made up my plan, and the foods that I eat, I put on here, and it's down there, and I do it for about 6 days out of the week. Sometimes it's 4 to 6 days out of the week. 2 days or 1 day, I'm eating regular food. Like I told you guys the last time I was on here that this weekend I was supposed to be with my sons. They were helping me put some yard furniture together. I wanted this tent thing, for being outside and cooking out and eating outside and whatever. And so we were working on that. And I knew that we were going to be firing up the grill and all that. And so that's what we did. And like I told you guys, I definitely planned on eating my food, So I ate the prime rib burgers that we had, and hot Italian sausages and hot dogs, and, potato salad, macaroni salad, whatever, and cake. So, and so this is what I want you to understand. And you're going to have to train yourself after a while, because your body's going to talk to you. And after a while, you're going to be like, man, I really thought I wanted to eat all of this. When you get to your regular days, check yourself. And I'm telling you, if you really listen to your body will say, you can have that, but you're gonna feel this way. If you ignore your body, you're gonna feel sick sometimes, because you ate too much, because you've been like working towards that free day off, the day off, your regular days off. Well, if you need to try just 3 days of the meal planning at a lighter meal, 3 days. And then the rest of your days you eat regular. But I'm telling you, you're going to see less weight loss because what you're needing to do is break these calories down. You need to bring them down. And most of your days need to be lower calories than what you've been living on. That's been keeping that weight on you. Okay. And so then the other days are your days where you get to eat. So like I look at it like this, I get to eat, I can eat what I want to eat. But do I really want to do I want to sabotage my plan? I already got a plan that works. This is my plan and it works, it works for me and it works for a lot of other people too. And they've discovered that. So you just do that. Some people can do this in their head. They don't need the journal, but I'm showing you practical ways to do it so you can keep track of it. You can celebrate yourself today, knowing that you're doing something that is beneficial to you and that you can do it lifelong. And it's going to be a blessing to your body and to your life. And you're going to see the benefits. You're going to reap the benefits of losing the weight and being able to buy clothes and and feel good in your body and do some things that you couldn't do before. Now, the other bonus of all these diets is that it's recommended that you exercise if you can exercise. But both of these plans were prayed for people who cannot exercise. Okay, so you do not have to exercise on these. Now, and I told you in the other videos that you can. But if you exercise, okay, if you're one that is able to physically exercise and use your treadmill and do all those things right now, I can't even do it. Even though I've had it and that's the way I've lived on exercise routines and everything, I can't use them. I can't use them right now because of that. And so in the meantime, I can't just sit around and gain weight. You know what I'm saying? Because if you was exercising before and then all of a sudden you had to stop, then guess what? You can't be eating all that food you was eating before when you were more active. So for all those who still want to exercise, I'm going to caution you to be careful when you exercise. Make sure that you have designed your plan to take in enough calories so that you don't fall out somewhere because you didn't eat enough food. So you can't be on the Daniel one, right? And be on that pretty much liquid stuff, liquid foods, just like this is mostly liquid foods, and then you go do a bunch of exercise or you go do a run, or something, or you go work out, you're going to burn those calories up and then you won't have any fuel in there. And so that's not good. So if you're a light exerciser, then you might want to use the protein drinks that I showed you. Use those, to make sure that you have something in your system to burn up. Take it with you if you go to the gym or if you're at home, just grab them and drink them and make sure you do your water intake, for your weight amount. So that's your weight divided by 2 equals the amount of ounces of water you should have each day. Okay. So for going over the meal plan, I want to make sure that I said that about the guys. Guys, you have to have more calories because your body has more muscles and things of that nature. So you're going to have to pick how much you need to cut back to in order to see the weight come off. Okay. I just know that you're not supposed to go below 1,000 calories a day in order to be doing something that's healthy. Okay. So females, you can't go lower than 1,000 calories either. And in the female range, you can go, I think that you should stay between 1,000 and 1,300, okay, calories per day. That's per day. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Or breakfast, lunch, and snack. Breakfast, lunch, dinner, and snack. 1,300 calories a day. So you're getting a breakfast, you got a lunch, you got a dinner, and you got a snack. Okay, so you have enough times in the day where you're getting to eat stuff, in your food planner that you picked. Okay, I'm just here to give you healthy suggestions, things to try, guidelines, reminder. I'm here to be your community, partner, peers. We're in this thing together, lifelong. Meal planning and once you got it down pat, if you want to tell somebody else and, and move on, and you don't need us per se anymore. I hope you won't leave us altogether, but if you do, that's fine. Because I want to say better. I want to have your testimony. I want to be able to post your testimony and share your testimony with other people so that they know that they can do it too. And they don't have, and I wasn't trying to be funny. I wasn't trying to slam any of the other commercial weight loss programs that are out there. What, like Minnie Craig and Chuck Watchers, and just all the other different plans that are out there commercially, that have a lot of people ordering their foods through them, delivered to their door and all this other stuff. And you're paying for that money, plus so there's different ways, that you can do this, and it's more sensible, and you don't have to add another bill to your already overtaxed budget, financial budget. So I'm good at holding on to money. I'm good at saving money. So if I think something costs too much, I ain't buying it. I might treat myself with it, like when I wanted those prime rib burgers, I wanted to try them. I had never tried them before. Them things are $16, almost $17 a box. I think it was $17 a box. And I think you only got I can't remember if it was 6 or 8. But I mean, that's not very much for $17. And no, I'm not buying that every time. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just saying that, you got to think about what you're spending your money on, And it's okay to eat your regular foods, like I said, on your days off. But you're going to have to pick your days off. Like right now, mine is generally Sunday. That's my general day off. Sometimes I'm going into like 2 days off, and that's okay. Because I tested it. I tested it by what I ate, and then I took like 2 days off, and I still lost the weight, so I was okay. And it's not always, it's what you eat, what you changing in your food plan, okay? I told you guys last week, or not last week per se, but in the last video, part 1 and part 2 of the lifelong food planning, that I had added chili because I always like chili. I love chili. I used to make it from, I do know about foods and what have you, and and things of that nature. So I play around with food a lot to figure out things and to make, and I'm always looking for the best. I'm just checking and stuff. It says my connection is unstable, and so I'm hoping that I don't lose our connection here. Okay, I see it popped back in. Okay, well anyway, and I told you guys in the last video that I had added chili to it because I like chili. Well, the first time I added chili to it, I pureed it. I put it in there and made it a smoothie, right? It was a chili smoothie. and that was without the brown rice. But then later I said, that doesn't make any sense. Why make a smoothie out of it if it's not going to make it less calories? And one reason why I did it was because I wanted to give my system a break. I didn't want any solid food in my tummy. So that's why I said I wanted to make the majority of my days as liquid as possible. And there's different liquid forms of food, okay? And I told you that soup works. That's why they recommended it in this book that I told you about, and in other books that there is stuff in there. And intermittent fasting, the Asian gentleman that's talking about the intermittent fasting on YouTube, he's got the same idea, different ways to fast. And that's what you need to just be around people who know about doing it, and then, talking with them, listening to me, talking to you, giving you these ideas that you can do and make your own. And that's what I'm trying to do. I'm just trying to be a blessing and trying to help you make up your own, okay? And see that it works, and you ain't have to pay nobody for it, okay? You didn't have to take up a membership per se. I mean, I would like for you to be a part of our community. You can join if you want. And like I said, you can go to the website and it's Forsaken Not Services, like the name does, low caps, Forsaken Not Services dot Inc. Yeah, Inc. dot. I'm sorry, Forsaken Not Services Inc. dot vpweb.com, vpweb.com. Okay, and you can go there and you can check it out and order, the laminated one I told you about. I'm sorry, I'm just flipping it around any old kind of way here. I'm sorry about that. The laminated one I was telling you about, but it won't look like that because I wrote on this one. But anyway, but you'll see what I'm saying, that there's a staple to it. And a fast can be a fast consists of eating differently than what you have grown accustomed to. And we all need to do that. As Americans, the way we eat, our diet, we all can stand to eat differently. And if you just do that, the majority of the days of the week, you might find a balance where you got I'm going to say 40-30. There's 7 days a week. So there might be 4 days where you have a meal plan and you're doing this, right? And you're eating differently. And then the other 3 days, you're eating regular meals, regular food, whatever you want to eat. That's what you're doing. But I would still caution you to do it sensibly unless you're exercising, and then you can burn off, more calories, and then you'll see what I'm saying. And so if you can burn it off, then you can take it in. But if you can't burn it off, remember, these plans were designed for people who could not burn it off. No exercise. Okay? So just keep that in mind. And I'm telling you that exercise is recommended, but if you cannot, this is what I prayed for, a plan that will help people who are sedentary, who cannot, for disabilities, health issues, whatever, and they can still lose the weight. And their doctors will be so proud of them. Not that you need to make them proud of you. You be proud about yourself, okay? And if you believe in God, through Jesus Christ, He will help you. He will give you ideas. He will talk to you when you go to the grocery store. He will talk to you when you're fixing and trying to figure out what you're going to eat, if this food is good. And I also talk to you guys about reading the back of products. You should know how many calories and sugar. Put that stuff back. That's just going to sabotage your plan. This stuff tastes good. It tastes like it got sugar in it and all that. Whatever. I buy good stuff that tastes good. And so I'm just saying, and you can order that stuff on Amazon, and I order food and different things like that. And I do have sometimes my groceries and stuff delivered to me if I'm too busy to go out, because my grocery shopping is changed. It's like it went through a revolutionary thing. Some to do with the pandemic, but other maybe 2 to 3, maybe usually 3 times a month. Sometimes 4, just depends on if something was going on extra that made me have to go to the store, for grocery shopping. Okay. They're still talking about my my live streaming is unstable. So hopefully if some of this gets bleeped out, y'all, at least you know what happened, okay? And if you have missed anything and you want me to repeat it, check the other videos, though, and see if it's there. But if not, just shoot me a message and I'll let you know what your answer is. Okay? But I'm just trying to tell you that, it's up to you what you're putting in your food plan. But if you put the wrong things in it, you're going to know. If you're going to, your goal should be, for females. Okay, I'm going to say this to the females, okay? Your goal should be to lose, if you want to lose weight weekly, okay, then you should be down somewhere between 1,000 calories and I would say 1,300, but maybe you can go to 1,500 and you still are able to lose the weight. Now, if you're exercising and you're using your meal planning, then you can burn more calories. So you might can go to 1,800, but I wouldn't go over 2,000. I wouldn't go over 2,000 calories and expect to lose weight. It's not going to happen, because I think there's just too much to carry on our frame, on most women's frames. And just because, and when I say frame, I'm talking about your body structure. I'm not talking about you're a big person, or whatever, or you're a slender person and tall or something to that effect. I'm saying as a female, these are the kind of areas you might want to stay in. And it's the kind that I see 100, to lose it. Okay. And I'm still eating 4 times a day if I want to. I'm a bad eater, so I'm recovering from bad eating all my life, where I was only eating 1 meal a day. And I was good to go, because eating was like a distraction and a disruption in my day. So it was the last thing I used to do. And it finally caught up with me. Okay. And then I had to learn how to eat 3 meals a day. And I still have trouble with it. So what you start out young in life with, you'll end up, with a bad habit that you'll pay for later. So if you're not eating 3 meals a day, you need to be working on it. Okay. And this will help you do that. It don't have to be some big meal each time you eat, So I'm going to give you an example what mine says. Okay. On my breakfast menu, I told you that I was eating I'm looking at this. I'm trying to see what. Okay, this one is a mostly liquid diet. I want meal planning. I want you to see is it says liquids only, and I think it came out to be 1,215 to 1,300. Yeah, because that was my actual number. My limit was 1,300. Okay. So that's what happened on this one. And I had a protein shake, and actually I think it was 160 calories. I don't know why the chocolate is more, but it was. I have to double check that, but I'm pretty sure. I'm a big heavy tea drinker. I love hot tea. I love cold tea. I love tea. I mix things. I'm also a big mixer person. I mix foods. I mix my drinks. You know what I'm saying? So I mix things, and I mixed it for my kids. I mixed Kool-Aid when they were growing up. My mom taught us that, and I do the same. I did the same thing with my kids. But I mix everything. I mix green tea with the red African tea. I mix the Pico tea, all caffeine free, and there's another tea I put in there. Can't remember what it was, but I think I said it. Did I say green tea? Green tea, red tea, black tea. Okay, all caffeine free, and I love it. And it's a part of my regular grocery item. It's a regular grocery item for me, or if you call it staple, I call it staple items on my meal planner. Okay, and then if you look on here, you can see the next meal, which is lunch. It says soup. Tomato soup, and I'm letting you look at it because I can't read backwards. I can read some of it, but it looks like it says tomato soup. But I wouldn't be surprised if I didn't mix it with something, okay? Because there's some parentheses there, and it's telling you what kind of soup it was. And then on the next one, which is dinner, you see soup again. And see, I like soup. Now, if you're not a big soup person, you're going to have to find something else to replace yours. Okay. Now you could, say you was like a vegetable person. You could mix, you could put your vegetables in a blender, and then you could add chicken broth to it or beef broth to it to get the flavor and season it, and use your pepper and, onion powder and garlic powder. Remember I talked to y'all about the seasonings and stuff to make your foods taste better so that you would like it, because like I said, if you don't like it, you're not going to eat it. You're not going to stick with it. Okay. So pick the things that taste good. I'm a big cream soup. Okay. And I know most of you out there saying that's the fattening. No, not necessarily. It just depends on which ones you buy. Okay. Now you shouldn't be buying, and I tried to tell you guys what really are soups and what isn't soup. So I said, there's a difference between soups that are on the market and on the shelf versus meals that come in a can. Chicken and dumpling in a can. Okay. I'm just using those as examples. And there's a whole bunch of other ones out there, and they look really good. And a lot of them taste really good, but that's not soup. Those are meals in a can. Okay. Stay away from them because they're not going to help you. Okay. So find something to substitute it. If you started eating that, you ain't been eating that all your life. Find something else to substitute it that you will like. Okay. Remember, you must like the foods that you picked, because if you don't, you ain't going to stay with it. You're not going to eat it. You're not going to benefit from it. Okay. I like everything that I put on my list. Everything I eat every day, I put on here. Me and my body is already in agreement with it. Me and my taste buds are already in agreement with it. And that's what I want you to know too. Okay. And so that's what you do. And see, on this particular day, which was I think I numbered it wrong. Yeah. This was the first day I started. The first day I started, I did a total fast. I was really tired from the day before, something I had been working with. This was my first day. This is my first month. And as you can see, it has more than several pages there. But this was my first month when I lost the 18 pounds. Okay, and this was recent. This was just recent. I'm in my second month now. And that first day I started, all I had was liquids. I was pushing water and, milk and, things like that. That was it. I wasn't even drinking any soup on that day. But then I started this second day, and I added my soups in and things that were mostly liquid. And that was my focus. And if you can see, I just looked on the back of the product that I was using. Look on the back of the can of the soup, and you'll see the calories is listed on there. And all you need to do is write down how much of it. Did you have the whole can? Okay, if the whole can, it should give you how much it is per serving and how much it is for that whole can of soup. And I'm usually going to drink the whole can, Sometimes I don't, but I'm just saying. And if I mix two different cans, which I do a lot of times I like cream of celery, cream of mushroom, tomato soup. I mix those. And I started mixing the, which one? I'm thinking sometimes the tomato, I like brown rice. Brown rice is healthy for you, and it tastes better. It's good for you. And it's better than the white rice, okay? And I buy the instant packets so that I don't have to spend no bunch of time for all you guys who just like to throw some water in a bowl and throw the bag in the bowl, put it in the microwave for 10 minutes or whatever. Boom, it's done, okay? Drain the water off out of the bowl and open the pack, and you got your rice, okay? So it's really simple. Use stuff that's simple so that you don't interfere with your regular work schedule and things like that you got going on that you don't want to change, okay? So you buying instant oatmeal. Quaker and still makes it. Kroger's makes good. So your local grocery store makes good instant breakfast packets. I eat grits with my eggs. Yes, I eat eggs. I have brown eggs that I eat. That's my breakfast food. Oatmeal is my breakfast food, so I use them. And at first I started out, I wasn't using my eggs. I was just using the oatmeal. So I was having oatmeal smoothies for breakfast. I just made it up, and you can add banana to it. If you're a big fruit person, add that fruit, blend it in your blender, or if you don't have a blender, smash it up with your smasher that you used to smash mashed potatoes with. Or smash it up with a fork. It'll work. Or wire whip. Sometimes I use my wire whip to smash stuff up if I want to smash it up. Because the reason why I'm saying is I'm reducing the bulk of the food. And if I don't liquefy it, then I can crush it, So when I buy canned tomatoes, okay, and I buy them diced or they're already stewed or something like that, so that I can add it to the rice or something, that I'm eating it with. And that's how you're making your food more liquidy, less bulk in your tummy. So your tummy can shrink down. Because if you keep putting all that bulky food and your system is getting a break, your digestive system is getting a break and it's revitalizing itself. when you stop eating all the heavy meals. Okay, these are light meals, compared to what you've been eating. Whatever that comparison is lighter than what you've been eating. So you don't got to do exactly what I'm doing. You can, if you want to try it. And if you think you need to twerk it and change it to something else, then do that. Just as long as it fits you and you see pounds lost at the end of the week. And always weigh yourself the day before or the day of your day off. If you want to weigh yourself weekly, but make sure it's before you have your meal on your day off. Okay? And that way you'll get your true weight loss for the week. Okay? So do that and everything will be great. Okay? So I'm going to show you some other things that shows the other foods that I eat. I'm just turning it to any page. I told you there's my oatmeal smoothie. See that oatmeal smoothie right there? And I use sugar-free sweetener in the pink packets. Do not use the stuff with aspartame in it. I told you all about it. It messes with your ability to think. And it's already proven. I looked it up. I had an actual experience of it myself. I do research work and stuff for school. So I couldn't think. And I was wondering what was wrong. I had changed up to the blue pack and what have you. And the Lord told me, check the ingredients of what you're eating, what you change to, and things like that. Because I have supplements and I need to make sure. And I take ginkgo, for my mental alertness, and ginseng for my physical stamina, things like that. And then I have my multivitamin, blah, blah, blah. So, it's okay to use your supplements to keep things like that in place, and your minerals and stuff like that. You should be taking a multivitamin that covers you as a man and as a woman, and things of that nature. And so that is a extra that you're adding. And if you, I had to start looking, because some of my supplements were the gummies. I went to the gummy things. Like I do an apple cider, and they're the gummies. And I had to look and see what the calories was on it, because if I'm using something like that, even as a supplement, and it's adding more calories to me, if it's a little bit, if it's like 10, 20, 30, okay. But if it's more than that, then you might as well say that's your cup of yogurt, for lunch. So be careful with what you're adding. And I use 2 different low calorie type of, and I say low calorie, but it doesn't say it on the package. I just read the back, and I looked them up online to see what was the best margarines to use, butter margarines. And I also cook with them. So if I cook something like an egg, I use the butter. I don't use cooking oil. I stopped a long time ago. So I'm going to start real quick, and I'm going to get it so you can see it. You already know what they are. You've seen them before on the market, so you already know what they are. And but this was my favorite one. I started using Smart Balance a long time ago, and it was the reason what attracted me to it is that I was looking for the Omega, and they had a brand. See, and you'll see it on here. It says Omega. If you look at the corner of there, it says Omega. See how many grams? 400. Omega-3. And you're getting, what I'm saying? You're getting, and you don't got the fat on here. It tastes great. It's got vitamin D. I need it. Remember I told you I had low vitamin D? It's on there, y'all. It's in there like Prego. It's in there. Okay? So remember Smart Balance. It's good. I forgot. I missed one. There's another one. Now this one only has 80 calories, okay, in it. No trans fats or none of that stuff on there. And that's why I say you need to look at the back of your stuff, okay, and see what's in. Look at the back of your product and see what's in them. And here's like this one. This one is called Earth Balance, okay. For all you people who don't want soy, it's soy free. They have different flavor, or different, how you say it, well, I want to say different flavors, but it's not flavor. It's different. Like this one's soy free. Another one might have soy in it. You know what I'm saying? But then it has on here and tells you what's not there or what is in there, and to make sure you get your omega 3s, you know. And so, I mean, when you can get it in your butter and your margarine, why not? But only why not use that to get those items in your diet instead of buying more supplements? Okay, because I think it's better when it comes in your food, and I think all the researchers out there also believe that as well. This has a higher calorie content, and I don't know why, because it seems like it's more of an oil. I don't know. I mean, I could be wrong with what I'm saying, but I do know that it has a higher calorie, and so I had to use less, even though I like using it. I had to use less of it. And I'll tell you the best one that I studied or researched, I'm sorry, looked up and wanted to find out about. And when I wanted to find the best margarine on the market health wise. And this is what was in the top of the list. Okay. It's a smaller container, seemingly. Um, and it seemed like it cost a little bit more money, but I'm not real sure now because I think this one doesn't cost as much as these do. You know, this is the most expensive one. This is the second most expensive one. I can get this one for less than $3 most of the time, but this one you might pay more. You know, like $4. But it's okay. You know, you don't eat the whole tubby. Give your body a gift. Okay, is what I'm saying with that. And then, like I said, the Bruno Brown margarine, but it's made with real yogurt. And guess how many calories it is? Only 45. My God. You know, you can't get any better than that. From 100 on the earth balance to 45 on this one. And so, and only thing I don't like about this is when I cook my eggs with this, is that it pops everywhere. You know, it pops like, you know how bacon pops in the frying pan? That's what this butter does. And me and my son, we laughed about it because we both said the same thing. That's the only thing I don't like about it. So that's why I went and bought some of that Earth Balance, because the Earth Balance and the Smart Balance, both of them, they don't pop like that when you use them to cook your breakfast foods. So this is what we have, and this is what the things that I use to cook my eggs in. And I'm encouraging you to switch to your brown eggs because they have all the omega 3s in it. The white eggs, give them up. They don't have the best thing for you. Okay, I'm a big egg eater. And I mean, they were like making me not want to eat eggs the way they was telling us years ago. And I was like, man, you know, I can't do this. So I would have to give up white eggs, or I would have had to give up eggs altogether if they didn't have something better. So eventually I switched. And I said, I'm going to eat brown eggs now because I want the omegas. I want the highest benefit can get out of the food that I'm buying. So if you're not adding to me, then I'm not buying you. That's all is to it. And you still need to taste good, you know. So I'm not giving up any taste. But so let me give you an example of on my day off. On my day off, I'm going to eat 2 brown eggs. I'm looking at this right here. It has 2 brown eggs on there. I usually do over easy. I usually use a piece of Swiss cheese, and it's like maybe 60 calories or something. Swiss cheese, how I want you to know I'm a big cheese eater too. It's good for you. It's better than that yellow stuff that we used to call cheese that's still on the market that everybody still eats. I gave up yellow cheese a long time ago because that, when you think about it, that's food coloring, and Swiss cheese I looked that up. I went researching to find the best cheese I could be eating because I knew I wasn't giving up no cheese. Y'all should catch on the way I'm thinking, the way that I think, okay? And you should be thinking like that too, as far as how to make better selections, you know, and still get what you want, okay? And still help your body do what you want it to do. And that's to take off the excess weight, okay? So and I use biscuits. Okay, I'm a Kroger shopper. That's my big grocery store that I go to. Sometimes I might go to Walmart, but when I go to Walmart, I go there for different things. You know, I don't usually go there to do a bunch of grocery shopping. I usually go there for specific things. So I have my regular grocery stores, and I'm every now and then I might switch and run in and dash into one of the other grocery stores like Giant Eagle or Myers. But my regular grocery store is Kroger's. And so I go there for the savings. I go there for what I've gotten from them over the years, and so I feel like I'm getting what I want, and I can find what I need in their stores. Man, excuse me, I'm sorry. And so that's one of my breakfast meals. Okay, if you can see it there. And I usually always have tea. I have sausage, Bob Evans sausages with that, and I eat that. Okay, and this is on my day off, y'all. This is not on one of the meal planned days. On the meal plan day, I would have the 2 eggs, the 2 brown eggs. I'm going to try to, yeah, this is my new one. Oh, wrong page. That's another day off. Okay. Here it is. Okay. These are my other regular days. And after a while, once you figure out what you're going to be eating or what you want to eat, you can just fill your thing out as soon as you sit down, or you can fill it out the next day in the morning, or, you know what I'm saying? Or you can do it the night before, but I would do it on a day. That way you can do it ahead of time, though. If you know you want to do it and you know that's what you're type of person, you know you're not going to change anything. But if you do, you can always make the changes, add the changes in there at the end of the day before you go to bed or whatever, you know, when you get a moment. But try to make sure you jot down everything that you did eat, because if not, you're just wasting your time, because you're not going to get the benefits. This meal planning is beneficial to you. It's like a diary or a journal that you write in every day of your achievement. You're achieving every day when you use this. And this thing will start showing you stuff. This is your journal about you and your food intake and your livelihood and your achievement, you know, to make changes that makes your body better and your life better and you feel better, and you're losing the weight, which is the major issue here. Okay? And I'm telling you, you'll see weight loss every week. And if you're not seeing weight loss every week, it's not that it's not working. It's just that you got the wrong food on there somewhere. Okay, that's all. So don't panic. If it doesn't happen, then look at what you wrote down. And that's why it's important to write it down so you can make the changes. Okay. So I'm gonna give you an example. I told you I added chili to my list, and I gotta tell you this because you need to know. I added chili to my list, and I gained weight. It came right back up, but I'm just saying, don't, pay attention to it. And say, for some reason, my mind does not remember everything. And a lot of times we don't remember everything we ate. Sometimes we've been doing it so long. Yesterday, I don't know, I ate something. I think I had a salad and something, and thingamajig, and I'm trying to find it. But anyway, I can't find it. I don't know what happened. That day I had all liquids. I'm trying to get to a page where I can show you. It's not on here. It's in here because I mean that's what the problem was. So I know it's in here. I'm just trying to find a page where it was at. But it's the days when I added brown rice. Here's one. It's way at the back, but it shouldn't be, because once I started adding the chili in, I wanted that chili every day, okay, as a staple. And I wanted to see if it would work with what I'm trying to achieve, So if you look on here and here, which is the dinner meals, I started making chili with brown rice my evening meal. Can you see it? And then I had it another day. And after a while, I started having more chili and brown rice days, right? Okay, now the chili and the brown rice the chili is like a cup of it is like 280 calories. And then I have some hot tea or something like that. The rice, when you add the rice in it, I'm sorry, it comes out to 280, I think, or something like that. But anyway, the chili, sometimes when you only have a cup, it's like 145. The rice was 90 calories, and you add those two together, okay? And then I might have a cup of yogurt with that or something. In the morning for breakfast, and that was the problem area. I discovered that was the problem area. And before I even got to the end of my 6 days, I started feeling heavy in my body, because you're going to know what your body feels like when it doesn't have a bunch of food weighing it down. Once you start doing this and making changes and eating less calories, okay, on your meal planning days, okay, you're going to start feeling your body lighter, and you're just going to, remember I told you, if you don't exercise, you can at least stretch. Stretching is like the healthiest thing you can do, especially as we get older. But everybody, stretching is good. It keeps your body, it wakes your body up. It tells your body to pump blood, flow, flow. So it's like energy. It's like you're waking your body up. You're telling your muscles, hello, and you're just, if you can just stretch, you're good. You don't got to do any more than that. Okay. For all of us folk, including me, who can't really exercise right now. Okay. So you just make sure you stretch every day. I told you that. Stretching in the morning, afternoon, if you want to do it in the afternoon too. And, make a habit of doing the stretching at least. And you can't do the exercise, so do that. And but I'm just telling you, if you're not an exercise person, to maintain that, you have to bring in more calories. And then in order to see the weight loss for you guys that can bring it in, for everybody who can bring plus the less amount during your meal planning days, so that you'll see the weight loss. Okay. So that means you're doing an intermittent fast, okay, for 4 to 6 days a week. And the other days off, whether it's one day off, and you eat your regular meals. Okay, whatever you want, that's what you eat that day. Do not gorge yourself. Resist the temptation to do that, or go ahead and do it. And you'll find out after a while that it's going to sabotage your plan. And if it doesn't sabotage your plan, you're going to make yourself sick. Okay, because you're trying to make up for all those other days when you didn't get to eat all that food every single day. You don't need to do that. Just enjoy your day off. Enjoy the food you get to eat. Just remember, you can always start the next day going back to your meal plan. So don't be killing yourself like that, because you can have a heart attack overeating like that. Okay, no matter what age you are, you can't abuse your body with food like that and think it won't fight you back, because it will. Okay, so we don't want to hear that something bad happened to you or whatever. Okay, so I'm just giving you, and this is why we need a community, is so that we can communicate, so we can share tips with each other freely and benefit off of each other and praise each other, as we achieve our meal planning and our weight loss goals, and you can see how it can be sustained. And you can keep on. Ain't it nice to be able to eat? Because I prayed about people being able to eat a regular food, or eating good foods, or foods that taste good to you, and because I said, God, why we got all this good food and it's so bad for us? This is crazy. I said, that's torture. That's torture for anybody. Remember when you was a kid and your mom and dad, when you let you eat all the junk food? It was torture. But don't have all that junk food laying around so your kids would go bonkers, having to have that stuff around them, and then they can't have it. So you have to let them have something, And so I know what I'm saying, I'm not giving my kids a bunch of junk. So because I'm not going to raise fat kids. And I didn't. My one son, he just ate. So he had a problem with weight, and it does run in our family. So whatever's in your family, it's going to show up in your kids. It shows up in you, and it shows up in your kids, and on and on and on. But it doesn't mean that you're stuck. It just means you can do something about it now that you know. So that's what you need to think about. And I'm just praying and hoping that that you get what I'm saying. And if you have questions, please shoot them to me, because it's better for you to ask questions and get that thing off your mind and set it into your practice, what you want to do, and making up your meal plans. And I'm excited about it, because like on my day off, I went ahead and had my regular meal and I had a piece. So you're not missing out on anything. And if you like, this is what I tell you about this food, the meal planning thing fits into your lifestyle, and this is how it works. You got a party you got coming up next month, and you want to be able to go to that party and to enjoy all the food that they're gonna have, because they're gonna have it. They're gonna be slamming with the food and everything, and you want to be there. And you want to enjoy yourself, and you don't want to be thinking about, well, I can't have this and I can't have. No, we ain't doing that. We ain't doing that. Okay. You eat your regular meal planning meals that you done started yourself on. If you need help with yours, I'll be glad to help you. But you should be able to get tips from listening to the videos and figuring out how to make your meal plans. I wanted you to see that for your snacks, I'm using yogurt. If I eat fruit, I usually do it on my day off because it's bulk. Unless I'm going to put it in the blender and make a smoothie out of it or something, then I'm going to wait till my day off, because I love fruit and I love fruit salads. I love to make fruit salads. I turn my fruit into a salad every time because I like putting ranch dressing on, and I use white ranch and fat-free, it just depends what I'm doing. I use the sugar-free Jell-O, like I was telling you. I use the sugar-free puddings. I use fat-free Cool Whip. I use sugar-free sweetening in the pink packets only. I drink lots of tea, cold and hot. I use oatmeal and grits and brown eggs for breakfast. I do eat cottage cheese, and I did eat some peaches with it on one day. And then once I saw the calories, it was only 160 calories for that lunch meal. And that was all. So, and I know that those two foods are not bad for my body. So I'm good, So it was okay. But what I'm going to tell you today about the chili and the rice, I'm probably going to keep the brown rice in place, but I'm taking the chili either down to 1 day a week. And if I see that that's not good, out of my meal planning, and just find something else to replace it with. You have to be willing to change. What's so funny is I love chili with beans. I don't care about the meat with beans. And it was a different brand. I like my store brand better because it has less meat in it. You got to look for the meat probably in the ones that I was buying. But I switched up and I ordered it from the store, and it was Hormel, right? And it had big chunks of hamburger meat in it. I was like, oh my God, this is not going to work. So, and I told my son about it. And so I'm not surprised. And just remember, you guys, I'm still getting messages on this, on the streamer, that there is an unstable connection or something. I don't know. We've been having some blackouts here as well. Yesterday, a couple different times, we lost power in the area. And so just so you know, in case the video looks a little weird, or, if it bleeps out or something, you don't get the sound. But I'm just trying to let you know, I just jumped in to bring you up to date. I haven't forgotten about you. And I don't have a consistent day when I'm going to produce a live stream or a video. So hopefully once I do the live stream, I hope I can upload it or something, or y'all can find it and it's out there. But look for, it should say awareness messages, and it should say lifelong meal planning, or lifelong, I think it's lifelong meal planning out there. And so, and if you just pull up my name, Reverend CC, it's just put REVCECE, and it's actually capital C in there and a little E, capital C and a little E, CC. Okay, Reverend REV. Okay, and it should come up with that. If not, look for my name. If you can find my name on there, it should be Cecilia Jacobs. Should be on there. So just so you know, so you can find out, I'm just trying to help you. And again, the website, if you want to order the laminated Daniel, the first one we did, the one for the 35 to 60 pounds off, the quick weight loss, 23 days to a brand new you. I can get you a laminated one done, but the laminated is $23, and I appreciate it if you can give that. If you just really don't have the money and you just want a laminated copy, then let me know that too, and I'll try to answer your request and get that to you. But we do need your support. I can't, do and give stuff away all the time and what have you, which I want to do and I will do. But it's nice to have the support too. But I always tell people God supports me, but you should support things that are helpful to you as well. I mean, really, if it really is, and it's a good thing. I'm not talking about bad stuff. And, I'm talking about good things that's really a blessing to your life. And it's making a positive. I really hate, we have to critique almost every word we say nowadays because people misinterpret things that are said. So you might hear me come back and correct something that I've said because that's how I am. I am a person of God. And if I say something, then I'm, honorable enough to come back and tell you, hey, you guys, I told you guys this, and that was incorrect. So I'm coming back to make sure that I tell you what I said is incorrect and give you the correct thing. Okay, so hopefully we learned something today. I know I did because I was really excited to come back and tell you. I know you're going to say you were excited to tell us that you messed up on your meal planning and you gained a couple pounds or so. I did. I gained it from that chili combination because I went too far with it. And so, because, when you like something, you think, well, it was okay. It didn't mess me up. So you kept doing it. So I said, well, that could be my evening meal, because I'm buying a certain amount of groceries for my meal planning. And you will too eventually, and you'll just do it out of habit. And so I started noticing that I wanted the chili and the brown rice for dinner meals. It was more filling, more satisfying, you know what I'm saying? And that ain't going to work. It put like 3 to 4 pounds on me, and I could feel it. I could feel it before I even got to weigh myself at the end of my 6th day. About Wednesday, I started feeling the heaviness, y'all. So that's why I'm telling you, make your food as liquid based as possible, because you're giving your digestive system a break. You don't need the bulk of the food when it's all whole. Make sure it's crushed, liquefied, stuff like that. Just as much as you possibly can and still retain the taste, or some consistency that it is food. If you can do soups, do your soups. Make most of your meals soups, and it'll benefit you. But I'm just saying, when you don't give your system a break, then you're not going to see the benefit in your system. Your system is not going to be retrained, because you're still eating bulk every day. Use your bulk on your day that you picked off, or your 2 days that you picked off. Okay, whatever your days off are. And make sure that whatever days if you're not losing weight, then you need to take another day off, or you need to readjust your meal plan. Okay, readjust your meal plan and see where you can add more liquefied foods. And that's all you got to do. Just, and give yourself some variety. I make sure yogurt's good for you, the different flavored ones, not the fattening ones, the Greek, non-fat. Okay, you don't need those ones. Don't get any yogurt with that in it. If you can eat yogurts, I like yogurts. You get them in peach, you can get them in the blueberry, you can get it with all that. Just you got to make sure that it's not the fattening ones. All you got to do is look on there. They shouldn't be over 100 calories, okay, each. So mine is like between 80, 90, and 100. Just depends on which one it is, okay? So I keep a variety of those. And then I have the sugar-free Jell-Os, and they're like 5 calories. You can have a ball, And I was raised up on Jell-O and fruit. My mom made Jell-O, but she used to make the regular Jell-O from scratch, and she used to put fruit cocktail in them. And, man, we loved that. And that was our dessert, So I still love Jell-O to this day. And now I'm eating sugar-free Jell-O, and it is wonderful. Experiment with the sugar-free items that's out there. Try sugar-free gum. I tell you, It's a wonder, especially if you're a person that likes to chew while you're doing your work. If you're a student or you're at work at your job, you're doing desk work or whatever, or you know like to chew stuff in between, or you want to break a habit of chewing tobacco to chewing gum. And I'm telling you, you can get the different flavors at different stores and sugar free. And I'm telling you, it's really good. And I even get different brands of the sugar free because certain ones only have certain flavors, and then certain ones taste a certain sweetness. Like I buy extra sugar free gum. I like the bubble gum, and I always buy those. I buy them by the little carton thing, so it's like 6 to 8 packs in there. And then I buy the my mind's going blank on me again. The Ice Cube sugar-free gums, and they come in all kinds of flavor: kiwi, strawberry, grape, and black cherry, and one that looks orange, and then they got lemon, and you know, so you can have a ball with those. They're not cheap though, but you know what? I think I'd rather pay $3.59 for one of those and have that sweet snack that's not going to bother me, you know, pound wise, and chew my head off, you know, because I know that that's a part of me and my character, my behavior. That's not a bad behavior. I just had to make sure that whatever those little tips with you, and I'll keep bringing tips to you. I also told you that I eat the mozzarella sticks for all you cheese people. I love cheese too, but I'm telling you, mozzarella sticks. Make sure it's the non-fat or low-fat, whatever it's usually on there. But they're usually only 70 calories a stick. That's a good snack to put in there. I ate that with my pudding because I like salty stuff and sweet stuff. So I had a pudding, I had a mozzarella stick there, you know, and then whatever else, cold iced tea, sugar-free, whatever, you know. And so these are things that you can use, and then you start creating stuff yourself. And make sure you keep track of make sure you're using the good lower calorie products, so that, because like I said, I'm a person who likes to mix stuff, and I'm sure there's a lot of people out there who do the same thing. And I mix my soups, you know, if you want to keep from getting bored, or you know, if you get a bored palate, you know, for stuff, then mix it. Mix your soup, cream of mushroom soup with fat-free chicken soup, and it tastes good. Or you mix it with rice, the brown rice. That's a good combination. And I think that's probably what I'm going to go back to, is my fat-free chicken, cream of chicken. This is fat-free. I eat the cream of soups, okay? Fat-free chicken soup, and mixing it with my brown rice. Now, I tell you, stay away from the dinners and the cans. Those are not soups. Those are just a trickery. There's the meals in the can. They're not soup. Okay, stay away from them. Okay, so I'm just saying, you know, if there's things that you can eat, you know, that you can fit into your meal plan, and it allows you to still keep losing the weight, especially for those people that are able to exercise and burn off extra calories, and plus you got to burn off the calories you eat, plus another 1,000 to 1,200 calories. So think about this, in order to see a weight loss, okay, at the end of the week. So if you're not burning off the calories that you took in on your free days, you know, on your regular meal days that you allowing yourself, remember, you also have to burn off or eat less than an extra 1,300 calories to that during your days of your meal planning. Okay, so in order to see the weight come off every week. Now, who doesn't want to see that happen? I'm telling you, man. I mean, you get so motivated and inspired. You know, this becomes a joy, you know, to do. It becomes a joy, you know, because you know it's working, and I ain't paying nobody. You know what I'm saying? I'm just getting my regular groceries and doing my thing on my piece of paper, and I'm good. You know, now like I said, when they say I can, if I get to a place where and now I also lowered to between 1,000 and 1,200 on my meal planning days. That's how many calories. That's just like you got 4 squares there. You can either do 400, 300, 300, 300, or something like that, and come up and stay within your range. Excuse me. Or you can have 3 solid meals, 400, 400, 400, right, on breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And then you still got your snacks down here, and you can still stay under 1,200. Okay? So it's meal planning. That's what it is. And it's really already in your head. It's already in your head, and it'll be more and more in your head and in your habits to where you're like, oh man, this works. This works. And it's sweatless, it's painless. You're not really, going through a bunch of, now you might struggle a little bit at first when you start doing it because it's just different. Everything different makes you feel like you're struggling with something. Change is always a struggle. That's why it's called change. You got to struggle some, or else you're not going to get the benefits. Okay? So if you have a problem with struggling or with change, because that's the same thing, then I can't help, But I'm telling you, this will work for you. It'll work for anybody. It'll work for children, but I'm not catering to children. I need you parents to get this right. And then once you get this right, singles, then married couples, parents, then once y'all get it right, then you can pass it on to your children, help children with this. Okay. And that's what I'm saying. So, and even all you professionals out there, there's other ways, my mom, I still say it to this day, there's more than one way to skin a cat. It's, to me, it's a country saying, okay, or a hillbilly saying, or whatever. My mom was from West Virginia. So I'm just saying, she was just saying to us, there's more than one way to do something. And it works, what I'm saying? And it benefits, So don't get so locked into something one way and think you can't change or think you can't make a difference in your life. You have the power. I play this song, and I forgot who the people are that sings it, but it's on some of my videos. I've got the power. And when I say that, I'm saying that in Jesus' name, because He's giving me power in my life, and He's giving it to all of us. But if you're not a Christian, you don't get to tap into that part because you don't know, you don't have access to God because you're not saved yet. But I'm saying that we got the power to do these things, and God's given us the power to take care of our lives. So you be blessed on your day today. And I just thank you for your time when you do get to listen to it. And I hope that you take notes and write up the things that you want to do and try. And then I hope that you share it back with us. Either go to the website again, Forsaken Not Services, Inc.bpweb.com. Forsaken Not Services, Inc.bpweb.com, and put in your request for a copy of the Daniel Foundation 23 Days to a Brand New You. That is for the quick weight loss, okay, with 2 days of liquid fast in there built into that plan. And it's also got additional information to tell you how to do the plan and how much water to use and how to figure that out and all that. It's all there, okay? So I'm just saying, you can get that. And the meal planning, you're going to get it on the videos, okay? Because we're walking this out together. If I got information or things to show you, like I showed you this book right here, this plan actually works. But what they do is they give you the quick weight loss with the cabbage soup. It's not just cabbage soup. It has other vegetables and stuff in it. And they use it like a charm. But the thing is, you have to get to the place where you have a maintenance plan. If you don't have a maintenance plan, losing the weight is going to come right back. Okay? And I had it down so packed that every year I had no problem during the holidays eating whatever I wanted to eat, until the cows came home. And then I go back to my maintenance plan, my regular eating that's not going to put all these pounds on me because I'm not eating all that holiday food, every day. It has to come to an end. So that's the way you can structure it. These are just tools. These are just tools to help you to make a better way for yourself. And you can do it. Everybody can do it. Anybody can do it. So make your meal plan your best plan, and for health and wellness and weight loss, because I mean we all want that. And this is just I just could not. You can't keep things to yourself. It's not just for me to get the blessing from this. I prayed for this information to come forth years ago, and I got the first one, and then I got the one that I'm doing today, the lifelong meal planning, because I knew that was part of it, and I knew that God would give it to me, and He did, and so that's what I'm using. And I'm encouraged because I get to share it with other people. So when you are a part of something, it helps you, that's benefiting somebody else, as well as yourself. And then you get to share that, then that just empowers you even more, So I just want you to be blessed from it. And I hope also that you will hear my God messages as well, through the times that we spend together, and other messages that I put out there under the awareness messages. It's out there. I put different other messages out there about God and about our lives and how it works. I am an ordained licensed minister. I am a counselor as well, degree-wise. So I'm a life coach. I have a degree in it as well, and I'm also a seminary student. So I have it all. I have everything I need, to offer any kind of information to you along these lines. Okay. So, and if we have to look up stuff, and I'm not one of those excellent speakers and all that, whatever. I'm just not the one. I'm just a down to earth folk, and I share stuff with you, and I just keep it real. And we get to live excellent lives, by just being who we are and being a blessing to other people. Okay? So your blessings upon your day, Lord, we ask in Jesus' name that you would bless the day as we go forth, Lord God, and that you will add the richness of your presence to our lives through wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of things, Lord God, and the spirit of truth that comes only from you. Only the good things come from above anyway. And we just thank you, Lord God, for just pouring it out upon us, those of us who will allow you to come in and let us receive it from you, Lord. So we thank you for our brothers and sisters in Christ. We also pray for those who have not given their lives to Christ yet, Lord. We pray that they will learn from the blessing of Christians' lives that they can have the same thing too. No one's keeping anything from them. And Lord, we just give you praise for that this day. Thank you for this live stream, Lord. I pray that it went through without a hitch. I know there were some problems. I pray that you'll work it out so people can benefit from the live stream today. We thank you, Father, for every good thing. Lifelong meal planning. In Jesus' name, amen. Awareness messages, y'all. Check it out.